What's up, crew? I'm Alan, and if I can have a rad down a bike, so can you. Ever since it came out, I've been trying to get my paws on the Generation 4 Santa Cruz Bronson. Now, I was just getting ready to leave for the Sedona Mountain Bike Festival when I realized that there was a bit of an issue with the rear brake on my Santa Cruz Nomad. I wasn't going to be able to get it into a shop before I got to Sedona, so I figured I would take it to a shop once I got into town. Based on a recommendation from the Outsider MTB, I took it to Thunder Mountain Bikes. Once I dropped the Nomad off, I was going to be without a bike. Somehow though, out of a fleet of like 90 rental bikes, Thunder Mountain somehow had one remaining full suspension bike, and it happened to be this Golden Tiger. The 2022 Santa Cruz Bronson S-Build with the slightly heavier Carbon C frame. Vox 36 float performance provides 160 millimeters of travel in the front, and in the back there's 150 millimeters of travel provided by the RockShox Super Deluxe Select Plus. That asymmetrical chainring isn't standard, but the SRAM GX drivetrain is, as well as the Code R brakes. The tires are the classic Maxxis DHF and DHR2 combo. To be clear, I have no affiliation with Thunder Mountain Bikes, and as far as I know, I wasn't getting any kind of preferential treatment. No discounts or anything like that. I paid out of pocket for everything. All that being said, I was really stoked on my experience there, so if you're in Sedona, definitely check them out. Alright, let's see what this bike is like on the trail.
Hey Paul, I just realized this is my very first ride with you ever.
I was just thinking the same thing, you know.
The first thing I noticed was with that 29er in the front, it carried good momentum. Here's the same bit of trail on my Nomad with a similar amount of entrance speed. Both bikes were set up pretty similar, but the Bronson carried more speed into the next section. When it came to climbing, I appreciated how the bigger wheel up front helped with techie and steppy climbs. It's not that the Nomad is bad at this, but it takes more work to get the front wheel to roll up and over stuff.
Hey Shane, this is our first ride together.
Sedona being Sedona, there were little descents along the way, so I'd already started to get a feel for how the Bronson would behave when pointed downhill.
Wrong gear!
I don't have much experience on rollers, so it said something that I had little hesitation going into this. Before we get to descending, let's have a quick chat about the mixed wheel setup. There's already a ton of content out there explaining what the deal is with mixed wheel bikes, aka mullet bikes. But the upshot is that the front wheel gives you more stability at speed and better rollover in the chunk, while the rear wheel keeps things playful. The mixture of the two wheel sizes makes it better on descents and a lot more fun in turns. Quick reminder, if you're digging this, like, subscribe, and bell, and if you want to say thanks directly, hit that thanks button. What I really dig about the Bronson in particular is that this isn't like a 29er that you can get in a mulleted form. It is a dedicated mixed wheel bike. So I know that the kinematics and the geometry is not seeing any kind of sacrifices in order to support that platform. It is fully bought in to a life of business up front and party in the back. Although in my opinion, it's mostly party on this bike. All right, let's talk about descending. Quick shout out to the people that are supporting me. They make products and offer services that I'd be using whether they were supporting me or not. If you want to support me too, check out the links in my description. Good stuff. Simply put, this bike is fun.
That's what I'm talking about.
Chunk, jumps, cars, rollers, whatever. It just kept saying yes, and I kept feeling more confident.
Oh my god.
Maybe a little too confident.
Oh shit! That's me right there.
That little crash aside, I felt as confident on this 150, 160 bike as I do on my 170, 170 Nomad.
Yeah.
Now here's the kicker. This Bronson was a size small, and I normally ride a medium. I've been riding mediums since I started mountain biking. So it says something that I felt as confident on a small Bronson as I do on a medium Nomad. But what is that something that it says? Well, when it comes to my first impressions of the Bronson, it says that with its climbing prowess and descending cred, this is a damn good bike and could actually be my next bike. What does it say about me? It says that I might be a different kind of rider than I was a couple of years ago. What does this say about the way that bike companies size their bikes? Well, to be fair, depending on whether you measure me in the morning or in the evening, I'm either 5'6" or 5'5". So that actually puts me right in between size medium and small on most bike charts. And bikes keep getting longer. The Bronson was updated more recently than the Nomad, and if you take both of those bikes, both in size medium, and you compare their reaches, you'll find that the reach on the Bronson is actually 5mm longer than the Nomad. Now, what does that say about you when you're out there trying to find a bike? Well, especially if you're like me and you're in between two sizes, go and try out the bike that is the size that you normally don't ride. You may find there's things about it that you like better than this size that you normally get. This, of course, also is going to be affected by your style of riding and the type of terrain you ride and what you're trying to do with your riding. I definitely found that I kind of like small bikes now, and I might actually be switching to smaller sizes as I move forward. Still don't know yet. I really want to try out the medium Bronson. I haven't been able to get my hands on it. If you happen to know where I can get my hands on a medium 4th generation Bronson, maybe hit me up in the comments or send me an email. And of course, if you have questions, I know I skipped over a lot of stuff. Ask me questions in the comments and I'll answer them as best as I can. And until next episode, go have a rad day.